RBI number 61 on the year for John. Eisenreich with but one play, and that's to third base. One thing the Dodgers have to be concerned about right now is Tony Phillips on at second base. We talked about his on-base percentage. He is uncanny on the bases, and third is an easier base to steal with one out than second is, because nobody's there to hold you on.
Piazza now faces Bohannon. One down, and the breaking ball missed inside. Piazza had a sac fly. The Mets have both their runs on sac flies here today. Still looking for that first hit against the Dodgers. Piazza batting .310 overall. 60 RBIs total on the year now. 25 with the Mets. And this is 58th game in a Mets uniform. And the position of the Mets seems to be pretty clear now that they are not going to try and sign Piazza to any kind of a deal until this season is over. Steve Phillips saying during the last couple of days that they're just going to wait, see what the situation is. 1-0 delivery. Breaking ball, foul back again. 1-1. One ball, one strike, and the man who made it possible for him to be probably in pro baseball, watching from the Dodger side, Tommy Lasorda. It was Lasorda who went to the Dodger organization and said, look, this kid can play, believed in him. Really nobody else thought Piazza was going to be a major league player. 1-1 fastball, high and tight. And he's turned into one of the great hitters, period, and certainly one of the all-time great hitters as a catcher in baseball history. 2-1 count on him. Phillips off second. Alfonso was first. Only one away. Infield double play depth. Up high by Bohannon. 3-1. Brian Bohannon's been behind just about every hitter he's faced in this game. Glenn Hoffman's been pacing from the start. His future certainly unclear. AAA manager Bill Russell ousted. He was brought in along with Tommy Lasorda later as GM interim.
This is a dangerous situation for Bohannon.
3-1. 3-2.
Mike with a pitch to hit there, a chance to extend his arms. They've gone away with 3 pitches and in with 2 pitches after trying to jam Mike the first time. We'll see if they come back in there. I would imagine Bobby Valentine will have Phillips and Alfonso running.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 down. Phillips at second, Alfonso at first. And Bohannon will step off. Right-handers are hitting only .204 off Brian Bohannon this year, but they have had 7 of the 9 home runs off it. Left-handers hitting way above that at .279.
I remember one of those left-handed home runs, too. Cliff Floyd in a game winner down in Florida, a game we did, Gary.
Yep. Bohannon has that screwball that'll fall down and away to right-handers. 3-2, runners go. Grounded towards short. Grudzelanic, he'll have to go to first. They get the out, but again with the runners going, avoiding the double play. Piazza taken out of there for the second out.
Center fielder Ryan McRae.
2 down.
Well, the Mets are ahead, and they've scored 2 runs, but the chances for big innings in 2 of these innings. Remember, first and second, nobody out. A 3-0 count to John Olerud. They end up with 1 run. And here, first and second, nobody out, or bases loaded and nobody out. They've scored only once here.
Brian McRae takes a strike on the inside corner. Brian's hitting .241 with runners in scoring position this year, and .215 against left-handers. .278 right, .215 left. What a lead at third base that time for Tony Phillips. Mercy. He was halfway down the line at third. 2-strike count. Beltry looking into the dugout to see if they want him to get closer to the bag. They don't. They don't want to give McRae a hole there. So Phillips is just walking it off. Bohannon 0-2 count. Misses inside with it, 1-2. And the Mets outfielders who won't move around, this is the guy. McRae plays center, or he doesn't. He can move all around him, but not McRae. 1-2. That hit him? No.
That ball didn't hit him? Thought it did.
Tom Prince thought it hit something. I think he thought it hit the bat.
Evidently it hit the bat. Hit the knob of the bat.
Foul ball.
That?
Foul ball off the other end.
Knob lock.
1-2 the count. See, Prince looked up and said, hey, hit his bat. He was right. 1-2. Right through the wickets. Base hit. Phillips scores. Alfonso scores. And Brian McRae with a big 2-out, 2 RBI single. And the Mets lead it 4-1.
What a huge hit by a guy who has been getting nothing but huge base hits. Coming into this game, 381 on the homestand, 3 triples, 2 doubles, a home run of his 8 hits, and another big hit for Brian McRae. Right back through the wickets. And are the Mets glad that that ball didn't hit him, but hit the knob of the bat?
333 in the month of July for Brian McRae. We're in August now, but his bat continues hot. Butch Husky up, 2 down, 1 on, and the Mets with 4 runs on 2 hits off Brian Bohannon. The Dodgers have committed 2 errors. That has certainly helped out in this inning on the dropped fly ball of Edgardo Alfonso off the glove of Mondesi in center.
I guess all the runs are unearned. They have to be.
Step off throw over, almost getting by Eric Karros. Butch Husky popped out his first time up. Inning started with the error, allowing Reynoso to reach. In fact, 2 errors this inning. And the fastball up high, then the walk to Phillips, then the error, Alfonso reaching. So the first 3 batters, 2 errors and a walk, were on.
Get the feeling that we're going to be saying that for the next 2 months. Then the walk to Phillips.
Oh, my.
And then the walk to Phillips. That's going to be sandwiched into almost all the commentary.
And then you'll be saying Phillips crosses the plate. That one, Husky drives to left field. Eisen right back. 371. Goodbye. 2-run homer. Butch Husky.
There's an old saying in baseball that if you don't play, you pay. And the Dodgers have played very poorly this inning. And the Mets are making them pay for it. 12 home runs for Butch Husky. Charlie Huff, the pitching coach, out to talk to Brian Bohannon. But Bohannon should have been out of this inning without a run being scored. Tries to come inside on Husky. Butch says, I'll handle this one.
2-run homer for Butch Husky. That's his 12th of the year. '56 RBIs, and Brian Bohannon has now given up 10 homers on the year. Carlos Baerga, 2 down, bases empty, as the Mets have 5 runs in here in the 3rd inning on 2 hits, 2 errors, and a walk. Baerga fouls it back. Former Met Brian Bohannon making his first appearance against the Mets, getting hammered. Mike Judd in the pen for the Dodgers. And Baerga takes the fastball outside, 2-1 on Carlos. 8th man up in the inning. Baerga flied out to left field in his only other at bat. Way outside that time, 3-1. Tough outing for Brian Bohannon. 6 runs, 3 hits off him. Unearned runs here in this 3rd inning, and now he walks Baerga. 3 walks in the game, 2 of them in this inning. 2 down, a runner on, and Ray Ordonez, the 9th man up. Hoffman looking at the lineup card. He's got his cleanup batter Sheffield due to lead off, so he's nowhere near the pitcher's spot. 2 down, and Ordonez fouls it outside of first down the line. Strike 1 on Ray. His numbers against right and left-handers on the year. The count. The Dodgers came into this game 3rd from the bottom. There's Husky, who had his 12th home run. 3rd from the bottom defensively in the National League. That's kind of hard to believe.
It's an atypical Dodger team.
Grounded to short. Gertz-Alanek will make the flip to Young, and they'll get the force out, but the Mets bat around. They come up with 5 unearned runs off Brian Bohannon, including a couple on the Husky home run, his 12th. Back after this from Nobody Beats the Wiz.
Having fun yet? Then get to the Summer of Fun and Nobody Beats the Wiz. Buy the fun stuff you want and get more fun stuff, like special offers, tickets to games, Madison Square Garden, Radio City Music Hall with select purchases. See newspaper for details. Nobody Beats the Wiz, a Cablevision company.
My name is Walter Fischer. I design cars for Volkswagen.
I like to drive them. Marketing people asked me to design a special driver's car. I thought, well, I'll design it like my car, with a spoiler, alloy wheels, sunroof, all standard. My wife thinks they should call it the Walter Fischer edition.
They said they'd think about it.
The road of life, there are passengers and there are drivers.
The president and vice president were slain 2 days ago. We're going to undo that event.
We have a device that can allow us to send one human being back in time 7 days.
He has an extensive background in black ops all over the globe.
Turns out you may be well suited to a special agency operation.
Will he survive? You are time traveling, my friend. Only time will tell. 7 days. This fall on UPN 9. It's Your Money, August 28th, only on UPN 9.
Brian McRae, another big hit for the Mets. And I thought the most interesting thing about that at-bat was that on the 1-2 pitch, the ball coming inside and hitting McRae on the knob. How many times, Gary, have you seen a batter, when a ball hits that close, just go to first base, trying to bait the umpire to think that it hit him? Watch McRae. Not even attempt to go to first, and the reason, in my opinion, he's so confident with runners on base that this happens. Next pitch, base hit, 2 RBIs, and Gary Sheffield takes strike 1 from Armando Reynoso. You know, it may not have been that way, but it appeared to me that he didn't want to go to first base. He was ready to hit and do damage to Bohannon, and he certainly did that.
And we'll get more chances now, Timmy. The other thing, of course, with Tony Phillips in the leadoff spot, that takes McRae out of there.
Yep.
Moves him down to that 5 or 6 hole, 5 today.
It's a good point.
Where he's going to get some RBI chances, and where he prefers to hit, and where he's had a much better average than he's had batting at the leadoff spot.
And the Mets can put the hot hand in an RBI position and get the genuine leadoff guy. So with the addition of Phillips, you solve 2 problems. Inside to Sheffield, 3-1 to Gary Sheffield, who has driven in the only run of the game for the Dodgers.
Here's Phillips today, double, walk, and has scored twice.
Yep. Fastball is low, so Sheffield walks on 5 pitches. And Gary, the leadoff base runner here in the 4th inning, and that'll bring up Eric Karros, the first baseman. Sheffield has been on base 43 of the last 44 games and 64 of 68 with the Dodgers. Boy, he's a tough out. And a strike to Karros. Karros, on the other hand, led the National League last year in double plays grounded into 29 times. So Reynoso hoping for the ground ball right here. 6-1 New York in the 4th. Waves at the, looked like a splitter. 0-2 to Karros.
Explain, he's grounded into 4 double plays this year.
Of course, he missed the first month on the DL. Does not have the at-bats. Way outside. Ball and 2 strikes to Eric Karros.
Lineup has been shuffled a lot for these Dodgers, particularly in the middle, to try to find the right grouping. Our Nobody Beats the Wiz out of town scoreboard. Randy Johnson, remember, pitching for the Astros today and leading the Pirates now 1-0 in the 5th.
Breaking ball cued away. Other games later on, and our Toyota beats the Wiz. Right, our Toyota after the Wiz. American League scoreboard, the Orioles League. Our new company we formed today. In case you folks have not heard, Nobody Beats the Wiz and Toyota have just merged. Toyota beats the Wiz. They sell electronic equipment and automobiles. What a building they're housed in.
An IPO coming right up on that.
IPO will be out tomorrow. That's exactly right. Initial public offering. Check your local Wall Street Journal in this summer of fun. Yes. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Eric Karros. Fly ball. Center field in is McRae to make the play. 1 out.
The fielder, Jim Eisenreich.
Jim Eisenreich, the batter. He grounded to short his first at bat. Dodgers took the lead with 1 in the 1st inning, but since then, the Mets have answered 6 times. 6-1 New York. Grounded foul into the Mets dugout. That'll rattle around a while. Lenny Harris. Nothing in 1 to Eisenreich. Prize. Way outside. 1-1 to Jim Eisenreich. That young man there saying, hey, the ball just came out of the dugout. How'd that happen? How'd that happen? I don't understand it. Ball just out of nowhere. Nobody threw it?
This really is the summer of fun.
Yeah. Outside, 2 balls and a strike to Jim Eisenreich here in the 4th inning with the Mets on top by 5. These 2 teams play tomorrow night. It'll be Dave Malicki against Hideo Nomo. Here's Dave Malicki. By the way, that's Malicki for the Mets, Malicki for the Dodgers, Nomo for the Mets. Got to get a scorecard here. There's Hideo, who's with the Mets now, Malicki with the Dodgers.
If you want to look up information on them, though, you'll find Malicki in the Mets press guide and Nomo in the Dodger press guide.
Right.
Yep.
Brian Bohannon, who used to be a Met, started for the Dodgers and has given up 6 runs, 5 of which were unearned in the first 3 innings. And Eisenreich draws a walk. So with the 5-run lead, Reynoso has come out and walked 2 of the first 3 batters here in the 4th. And that'll bring up Adrian Beltre, the 3rd baseman.
We're talking about the press guys. If Greg McMichael comes in the game, you can find him in both press guys.
Right.
So you're covered.
He went from the Mets to the Dodgers, back to the Mets.
Right.
Beltre flied to center his first at bat, and the curveball is low, ball 1. 1-0 to Beltre, the 3rd baseman.
Very unusual for Armando Reynoso. We mentioned earlier, pretty good control pitcher. Has to be, because he doesn't overpower anybody. 29 walks last year in 91 innings.
Curveball stays on the inside corner. 1-1 to Beltre. Reynoso has walked 4 in this ball game, and we're only in the 4th, but he has a 6-1 lead. Home run and around park. To yank a ball that far foul. Thing was in the 2nd level. Must have been 80 feet foul.
Hit at an angle of about 140 degrees. Don't get many of those up there.
1-2 pitch is a slider outside. 2-2 to Beltre. He has some power. 26 home runs last year. That was with San Antonio, Double-A ball. Breaking ball, fouled away. Still 2-2. The Dodgers had never beaten Armando Reynoso. When he was with the Rockies in '93, he was 3-0. He was 1-0 in '96 with Colorado and 1-0 last year with the Mets. 5-0 in 6 starts. Make that 4-0 in 5 starts against the Dodgers. Lays off the curveball, so a full count to Beltre. On deck batter, Tom Prince. Piazza sitting up outside. There goes one runner, and this one into left center field. McRae makes the play as Phillips ducks out of the way. You talk about chaos on the base paths. Sheffield ran, but Eisenreich didn't. 2 outs.
Somebody missed the sign there, and it probably was Jimmy Eisenreich, who's staring over at 3rd base now. With the runner going from 2nd base, pitched down and away by Reynoso, hit off the end of the bat. Phillips coming over at the last minute, gets out of the way of the traffic cop in center, Brian McRae. And Sheffield had to hustle back to 2nd base. And Jim Eisenreich not going, and then looking ahead of him and going, hey, wait a minute.
If it's a ground ball to the middle infielders, the Mets turn a double play, and normally they wouldn't have. Strike to Prince, who struck out his first time up. 0-1 to Tom Prince. Second base. Well, you just cannot wander too far off the base. Reynoso with the quickest feet in the National League. Got feet like Nureyev. Different uni, though.
Different uni. More material.
call by Tom Prince. And Reynoso taking an awful lot of time, pitching like a man who is trailing instead of ahead by 5.
E2's having trouble with the signs. This is his second start, remember, since coming off the DL with a runner on at second base. Mike Piazza decides to go out there because they obviously were not connecting.
No balls, 1 strike to Tom Prince, the catcher. The Mets with 5 in the third have taken the lead 6-1. Outside, 1-1 to Prince.
Reynoso spent a ton of time on the base paths here in the last half inning. We mentioned to wear you down as a pitcher.
Tapped foul. 1-2 now to Tom Prince. Breaking ball, and Prince lays off of it. 2-2 to Tom. Runners on at first and second. Sheffield at second. Eisenreich at first base. There are 2 outs. Both Eisenreich and Sheffield coming over in the Mike Piazza trade from the Marlins, along with Charles Johnson, who is not starting this afternoon, as Prince is taking his spot, and another 3-2 count by Reynoso. It's his third, make that his 4th 3-ball count of the inning. Breaking ball gets it. The slider gets Prince. 3rd strikeout for Reynoso. 6-1 Mets, middle of the 4th. Back after this from the United States Postal Service.
Ship your package in 2 days with FedEx. And you'll run into 7 different price zones.
Ship your package in 2 days with UPS. And you'll run into 7 different price zones.
Ship your package in 2 to 3 days with Priority Mail. And there's just 1 price zone.
So, what's your priority? Priority Mail from the U.S. Postal Service.
New fruit colada from Dunkin' Donuts. Come see what all the excitement's about.
The Toyota Land Cruiser. For nearly 50 years, its capability has been legendary, unbeatable, until now. Toyota's first V8 Land Cruiser has arrived with an all-new 230-horsepower V8 engine and a smoother, quieter, more luxurious ride. More room inside. More convenience features than ever before, and a look that says roughing it doesn't get any smoother than this. The all-new V8 Toyota Land Cruiser. Get the real picture at your Toyota dealer now.
6-1 Mets. Diana Ross and the Super Supremes in the background. And today's game is brought to you, do it, Gary, by Nobody Beats the Wiz, your total home entertainment center. And by your local Greater New York Toyota dealer. Toyota every day. Super Supremes, they were that.
They were that. Between innings, Bob Apodaca, the pitching coach, on the positioning, it looks like, of Armando Reynoso during that last inning when he gave up a couple of walks.
Brian Bohannon back out there for the Dodgers in the first pitch to Reynoso, who started off that 5-run 3rd inning. And Armando takes strike 1. 1-1 to Reynoso. Breaking ball is low. 2 balls and 1 strike.
2 important games for these 2 teams today and tomorrow against the Dodgers. You like to have your future in your own hands here, and a chance for the Mets to pull away from the team that's behind them in the wild card.
Little looper down the left field line. That's going to drop. So for the 2nd consecutive inning, Reynoso is on at first base.
I told you, Armando Reynoso can hit. He's been up there among the top hitting pitchers in the seasons where he's been able to get his starts in injury-free. He's got a real good swing, kept the head in, banged that one out into left field. He's got his 2nd hit. He's 2 for 6 on the year. He gets a good cut.
Here's Tony Phillips. Mets lead by 5 here in the 4th. Phillips double scored a run in the 1st, walk scored a run in the 2nd. Ball 1 to Tony Phillips. Strike 1. Tony, a switch hitter. Mentioned that year when he was with the Angels, he had 27 home runs. Talk about an inspiration. I will never forget that game. The game after the regular season was played, still as part of the regular season, the 163rd game of the year, played in Seattle. The California Angels at that time, they were named that, cued first base. Karros will go to 2nd for the force out, and a fielder's choice for Tony Phillips. Randy Johnson beat the Angels, and that's what put the Seattle Mariners into the playoffs, and then that great playoff series against the Yankees that you did, Gary. And I'll never forget that game that Tony Phillips had against the Mariners. It was almost Tony Phillips against Seattle that day.
Yep. He can do that, too. I mean, he has the ability to affect so many parts of a game.
He really does. Low to Alfonso, ball 1. Edgardo walked in the 1st inning. And then on a rare error by Raul Mondesi, the center fielder. Beltry out at first base. Mookie Wilson, who rarely argues, giving Greg Gibson the eye over there. But again, that strong throwing arm of Beltry.
Beltry has a cannon at third base. Took a little while to get this released. And that's how close it is at first. That close.
Good call.
Yeah, good call. Remember, there is no such thing as a tie. This is argued about all the time, but under the rules, there's no such thing as a tie at first base. It's either out or safe.
Phillips moving to 2nd on the play. Nothing in 1 to Olerud.
Here so often fans think umpires, if it's a tie, it goes to the runner or whatever, but that doesn't happen. An umpire never makes a decision it's a tie. He makes an out or safe call.
Breaking ball. Did he go too far? Yes, says third base umpire Frank Pulley. Nothing in 2 to Olerud. Dropped down with a fastball then. Nothing in 2 now to John. John with a 15-game hitting streak. That is the longest current batting streak in the National League. 2nd to McGuire. And on base percentage, Gary Sheffield 3rd.
Marks had an 0 for 3. McGuire has today as the home runs have stopped coming for the moment.
Line drive speared by first baseman Eric Karros. Mets failed to score in the 4th inning, but lead it 6-1. Back after this from Omnipoint.
Hello?
Susan, it's Fred.
Hi. Are we still on for tonight?
Indeed. I have reservations at Chez Joseph.
Really? That place is always booked.
Well, Shay's a personal friend of mine. Pick you up at 7.
Okay. So, do you look as good as you sound?
OmniPoint, 100% digital, 0% hassle. Get $179 Ericsson 388, the latest in digital wireless, for $49.
How long does it take to turn the new Dodge Durango from the sport utility with the most passenger room in its class into the one with the most cargo room? Not long enough. Durango, new ground for the new Dodge.
A month ago, my son Charlie drew a family portrait. I was the one on the couch. That's when I started taking Ginsana, a natural supplement. Ginsana every day gives me energy that lasts. Clinical proof says the pure ginseng in Ginsana helps my body use oxygen better to keep my natural energy going. All I know is I can feel it. And with more energy to go around, there's more of me to go around.
Find the energy. Feel your Ginsana.
Never!
Mets leading 6-1 here on African American Negro League Cap Day at Shea, sponsored by Chase Bank and the New York Mets. Everybody proudly wearing their caps that they got with the price of admission. Nice caps, too.
Very. Make sure I got one here. The Newark Eagles.
The Newark Eagles. There it is, right there. Breaking ball is a high strike to Brian Bohannon. Interestingly, Glenn Hoffman had a pinch hitter ready to go and Mike Judd ready to go. Had Tom Prince gotten on in the top of the 4th inning, but since he didn't, and there were 5 unearned runs scored against Bohannon with 2 errors in that 3rd inning, Brian allowed to hit for himself, and he can hit. Breaking ball inside, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Mondo Reynoso looks as though he's struggling with that slider. Almost aiming some of the pitches he's throwing.
Ground ball towards short. Wrong guy, Brian. 1 out.
What he is doing, though, is coming back and getting some big strikeouts when he has to, and as a ground ball pitcher, that cut fastball of his being hit into the ground by the Dodgers, who are taking some swings.
Let's take a look at the new Dodge quiz. Mets opening day lineup in 1962 featured 4 ex-Dodgers. Named them. And the one's pretty easy. We told you Don Zimmer, the first third baseman of the Mets, broke in with the Dodgers. As Eric Young, the second baseman, leads it off. Eric has walked and popped to third. Low, ball 1. One and 1 to Eric Young from New Brunswick, New Jersey. Went to Rutgers, as a matter of fact. Eric, a fine 2 sports star at Rutgers, wide receiver and a second baseman on the baseball team. Opted for baseball in lieu of football. 2 balls and 1 strike to Eric Young. Popped up. Ordonez back. Right arm going up, just in case Tony Phillips has other ideas, and there are 2 outs here in the 5th. By the way, the 4 ex-Dodgers in that original Mets lineup back in '62, that does include the pitching spot. And I think one of the pitchers, or the pitcher that opened for the Mets, was an ex-Dodger. Mark Grudzielanek, 0 for 2 today. He was 2 for 4 last night in his first game as a Dodger, and the slider is outside, ball 1. Foul ball. Ulrich giving chase, but it's back into the stands. 1 ball and 1 strike to Mark Grudzielanek. Richie Ashburn was the center fielder in that opening day lineup back in 1962. Ashburn never with the Dodgers in his playing career. He did play with the Chicago Cubs other than the Philadelphia Phillies and Mets. Fly ball right center field. McRae in, Baerga back, and it's Baerga who makes the play. And the Dodgers go in order in the 5th inning. Armando Reynoso sailing along. Back after this from Toyota.
The Toyota Land Cruiser. For nearly 50 years, its capability has been legendary, unbeatable, until now. Toyota's first V8 Land Cruiser has arrived with an all-new 230-horsepower V8 engine and a smoother, quieter, more luxurious ride. More room inside. More convenience features than ever before. And a look that says roughing it doesn't get any smoother than this. The all-new V8 Toyota Land Cruiser. Get the real picture at your Toyota dealer now.
Having fun yet? Then get to the Summer of Fun and nobody beats the Whiz. Buy the fun stuff you want and get more fun stuff, like special offers, tickets to games, Madison Square Garden, Radio City Music Hall, with select purchases. See newspaper for details. Nobody beats the Whiz, a Cablevision company.
What you want is a great selection of America's best-selling cars. What you need is Ford's factory-authorized clearance, going on now at your Tri-State Quality Ford store. Because during Ford's factory-authorized clearance, you can get low 0-9 financing on Ford Escort or get $1,000 cash back. What you want is the best car at the best price. What you need is a Ford Escort with low 0-9 financing or $1,000 cash back. And what you need is to hurry. Ford's factory-authorized clearance ends soon. Visit your Tri-State Quality Ford store now.
This man's home is his hassle.
Look at this, my 2 little princesses. Come here, son.
DiResta.
Coming this fall to UPN 9.
Bottom of the 5th inning, Gary and I watching this very moving video shown on the Diamondtron in left center field. A tribute to African-American baseball players. Pretty moving, partner.
The music of one voice. Yeah. The idea of Jackie Robinson starting and then all of the other African-Americans who played this game. Mike Piazza takes the pitch inside as Brian Bohannon stays on. 6-1 Mets on top. Dodgers have had 1 hit. That's it. Off Reynoso was walked 4 and struck out 3. That was a single in the 1st inning by Sheffield, accounting for their only RBI. Mets got 5 unearned runs in the 3rd inning, 2 hits, 2 errors, 2 walks that inning off Bohannon. He has walked 3 and struck out 1. Piazza sac fly RBI and is grounded out. Takes the fastball in the inside corner. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Mets trying to take the 2nd of 4. Right back here tomorrow with former Met Dave Malicki and former Dodger Hideo Nomo facing each other in the ball game tomorrow night. 1-2 broken bat foul ball outside of first, and the count will stay 1-2.
Boy, is that look worth 1,000 words right there. They have been chewing up Piazza's bats at an alarming rate. Bohannon gets another one. You talk about frustration right here. Boy.
By being frustrated, it guarantees he'll see more of that.
Yeah, right.
Marked right down on the scouts' cards. 1-2, then 1 away. 2 ball, 2 strike count. Piazza faced Bohannon 4 times. Prior to today, had gone 1 for 4 against him. Some of these Mets, John Olerud in particular, and Carlos Baerga had seen him. Inside, 3-2. That's the one Bohannon wanted and didn't get it. So a 3-2 count on Piazza. Both of the pitchers today, Bohannon and Reynoso, running up the pitch count and running up the counts. Lots of full counts, lots of ball 3, 3-1, 3-2s. Piazza, 3-2 delivery to him, and Bohannon got him to chase one away. Protected the plate, though, and fouled it off. Here's one of only 3 teams in the National League last year to have a winning record on the road. Atlanta, San Francisco, and the Dodgers being the 3 last year. 3-2, and he chased high heat and is gone. Second strikeout. Listen to the reaction.
Center fielder Brian McRae.
There's a real battle going on among the fans on what to do about Piazza. There is audible booing and audible cheering here today after his at-bats.
And after being greeted the first 10 days here at Shea in heroic fashion.
Brian McRae. McRae had a big hit. 2 RBI single in the 3rd inning with 2 down. Extended that inning. Butch Husky then followed him with his 12th home run. 1 for 2 for McRae today. 3 for 10 in the series.
Brian McRae has already lifted his average to 264. You may think, well, big deal. But about 6 weeks ago, when he was down in the below 220.
333 in the month of July for Brian McRae. That has really pumped it up. Tough to get your average up this time of year. You've had so many at-bats. You've got to have a couple of at-bats to add a point. 1-2 count. Bohannon's fastball comes inside to him. And the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mark Grutzalana gets short, moving around out there. He plays about as deep as short on grass field as you'll see. 2-2 delivery, check swing right back to Bohannon. And 2 down. McRae's out of there. 2 away in the Mets half of the 5th inning.
You have seen a left-hander working the first 2 hitters in this inning. Inside to where it keeps him away from that outside part of the plate. This was Butch Husky his last time up with that 2-run shot.
Number 12 on the year for Butch Husky. Second hit of this series. 1 for 2 today, and he busts him inside. 2-0. Butch 2 for 9 against the Dodgers. Chops that one towards Grutzalana, the shortstop. Cuts it off. Running throw. Just got him.
Hamstring.
Butch Husky is hurt.
Yep, hamstring right there. That is a left hamstring, and it looks serious. Oh, boy.
Butch Husky is down in right field. Fred Hina, the trainer, out. That hamstring pull coming as he crossed the bag, trying to leg out an infield hit. Mets lead it. Back after this from Bud Light.
Got your Bud Light, you can't hit my friend. Let's go. I'm thirsty.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down.
Looks like you're buying.
Make it a Bud Light.
Coach is calling for the heat.
What you want is a minivan at a great price. What you need is Ford's factory-authorized clearance going on now at your Tri-State Quality Ford store. Because now you can get Flo's 0-9 financing on Ford Windstar with its 5-star crash test rating. What you want is Windstar's comfort and convenience. What you need is Lowe's 0-9 financing for up to 48 months or $1,500 cash back. What you want is a great selection to choose from. And what you need is to hurry. Ford's factory-authorized clearance ends soon. Visit your Tri-State Quality Ford store now.
Says wow. See a Benjamin Moore dealer. That's how. Benjamin Moore is the brand professionals trust. It goes on easy in all the colors of your imagination. So if you can dream it, you can live it. And you can say wow for years to come. Benjamin Moore. Best paint, best results.
Show up at Shea for International Week. Be here for the Rheingold Brewing fireworks display. There's a post-game concert by Tito Nieves on Hispanic Night, presented by Budweiser. All fans get a Negro League cap from Chase on African American Day. On Monday, the Mets salute the Asian community. Tuesday is Jewish Night with a pregame show by David Dudu Fisher. Stay for the post-game concert by Black 47 on Irish Night, presented by Budweiser.
Butch Husky being helped by Fred Hina off the field, limping off with what we assume to be a hamstring pull, and looked pretty serious as he went by first base and then down on the outfield grass. So Huskies out of there. Lenny Harris will come on to play right field for the Mets. So every manager at the majors will tell you, or of all pro sports, we'll worry about lineups daily because these things happen.
Yeah, you could tell immediately that that was serious.
Raul Mondesi leads it off in the 6th inning. The Mets leading at 6-1. Dodgers have the middle of the order. Mondesi, Sheffield, and Karros 3, 4, 5. Mondesi scored the only run for the Dodgers first inning. Takes the pitch down low. Reached on a fielder's choice. Error moved him to second. And the RBI by Sheffield brought him home. Mondesi also a strong month of July. But the Dodgers have not played a good game, committing 2 errors. That one to center field, McRae. It stayed up in the air, but he got it. Mondesi's out of there, 1 away. 5 unearned runs in the 3rd inning scored by the Mets on 2 Dodger errors they've committed. Big unit pitching today for Houston. His first start. Randy Johnson, 11 strikeouts. They're in the 7th inning. And the Pirates hanging tough against the Astros. Houston Astros on top in the Central, 3.5 games ahead of Chicago. Cubs have a shot at both a division title and, of course, the wild card spot. Gary Sheffield, RBI single, and has drawn a walk. 3rd in the league in free passes, Sheffield has. Chicago Cubs are leading their game today, 3-0 against Colorado, playing at Wrigley. 3.5 behind Houston in the Central, and they are 3.5 up on the Giants in the wild card race. Giants are beating Philadelphia early today, 5-0. Just the 2nd inning in Philly. Gary Sheffield, 2-1 count. Reynoso's pitch popped up outside of first base. Understand Burks, Bonds, and Kent back-to-back home runs for San Francisco today in Philadelphia. Jeff Kent coming back from the injury, and he has played well over the last 3 weeks. He's really found a home. He loves playing for the Giants, and he's producing. Inside, breaking ball that didn't. 3-2 count on Sheffield.
Ellis Burks, on the other hand, the last year of his contract, Darrell Hamilton, they exchanged places. Towns not positioned. Burks will be the center fielder for the Giants. Darrell Hamilton going to Colorado.
Sheffield, 3-2 pitch, hammers it to center. McRae battling the sun, and makes the catch. 2 down.
First baseman, Eric Karros.
Well, let's see. Our new Dodge Quiz. Well, it's another new company. The nobody Toyota
beats
new Dodge
the Toyota
Quiz.
Dodge company.
62. It featured 4 ex-Dodgers. Can you name them? Mets opening day lineup.
Roger Craig was one of them. I think he started, and then Don Zimmer, and you got me. Charlie Neal. I was going to say Charlie Neal. You got to get.
And I was going to say Gil Hodges.
You were?
Yeah.
How can we forget Gil Hodges? One of the 3 numbers retired.
Yeah. Oh, what fun. Creating new companies as we roll along here today. We're going to have to expand the Wall Street Journal after this broadcast just to get them all in. 1-1 count on Eric Karros. Breaking ball took something off that one. 2 down, nobody on. Karros has walked and flied out. 4 walks, 3 strikeouts for Armando Reynoso. 32-year-old Met right-hander making just his second start. Struggled a bit with the walks, but with a 6-1 lead, he's kept it well under control. Edgardo Alfonso makes the play. Karros is retired. And a 1-2-3 inning. That's 8 in a row retired now by Armando Reynoso. Back after this from Pizza Hut.
Alfred, come here. Run over to Pizza Hut. Check out that new Fiesta Taco Pizza. Becky, check on Alfred. Cece, Victor, check on Alfred. Becky. Lou. No, you're Lou.
Only Pizza Hut has our new Fiesta Taco Pizza. A thin, crispy crust topped with beef or grilled chicken and all your favorite taco toppings, even salsa. So fresh, you gotta eat it here. The best pizzas under one roof.
They're not coming back.
It's a once-a-year event.
It's a once-a-year experience.
It's the greatest day in racing.
It's a family day full of music, activities, and fun.
It's a $1 million prize going to the champion of the biggest race of the year.
It's Saturday afternoon, August 8th.
Come, experience an unforgettable event.
It's the $1 million Hamiltonian, only at the Big M.
The Meadowlands Racetrack.
The Toyota Land Cruiser. For nearly 50 years, its capability has been legendary, unbeatable, until now. Toyota's first V8 Land Cruiser has arrived with an all-new 230-horsepower V8 engine and a smoother, quieter, more luxurious ride. More room inside. More convenience features than ever before. And a look that says roughing it doesn't get any smoother than this. The all-new V8 Toyota Land Cruiser. Get the real picture at your Toyota dealer now.
That person's trying to find those new companies that we mentioned today. Unfortunately, the paper was printed before their creation, so you'll have to wait till tomorrow.
Yeah.
Get in early. 6-1 lead. Mets on top of the Dodgers. Bottom half of the 6th inning, Baerga, Ordonez, and Reynoso do up against the Dodgers starter, Brian Bohannon.
You've heard of that Herd on the Street column that they write daily in the Wall Street Journal. This would be the Herd at Shea column.
Yeah. Herd at Shea. Best not to follow what you heard at Shea.
Buy on rumors, sell on fact.
Baerga, 1 strike count. Carlos hitting at 280. And the pitch away to him. He has walked and flied out in this game. He has faced former teammate Brian Bohannon more than anyone in the Mets lineup. And he's got a base hit off him. Baerga's on with a leadoff single. That is the 5th hit for the Mets in the game. And they've got the leadoff man on in the 6th inning. Carlos now is 11 for 25 against Bohannon.
This is one of those weird games where there have not been a lot of hits, but there's been a lot of base runners.
Now we've had 7 walks, 2 errors, and 6 hits. Leadoff man on, Ray Ordonez up, and he's taking and a strike on the outside corner from Bohannon. Eric Karros playing off the bag but holding it first, and a ground at second. Young wants to tag the runner, doesn't, gets one there, and the base runner went out of the base paths, they say, and the out's called on Baerga. So it'll be a double play. Baerga out of there. Ordonez grounding into it, and there are 2 down.
Good play by Eric Young, who forced Baerga out of the baseline, and then when he realized he would be called out for that, threw the ball to first base. To just get Ordonez.
2 down, nobody on. Armando Reynoso has singled, reached on an error, and has scored a run. Numbers on Brian Bohannon today. Reynoso gets another good cut at it on Bohannon's 100th pitch, and off the tarpaulin and back. The Soleil has arrived in New York. Eric Karros with an acrobatic play. The third out, Reynoso pops out. Up and down. Now this word from Ford.
What you want is a great selection of cars at a great price. What you need is Ford's factory-authorized clearance going on now at your Tri-State Quality Ford store. Because during Ford's factory-authorized clearance, you can get low 0.9 financing on Ford Taurus or get $750 cash back. What you want is style and performance. What you need is a Ford Taurus with low 0.9 financing or $750 cash back. And what you need is to hurry. Ford's factory-authorized clearance ends soon. Visit your Tri-State Quality Ford store today.
Both these men have athlete's foot. But only one used Desinex, the soothing cure. Desinex has a dual-action formula that calms the itching and cools the burning. And Desinex is clinically proven to kill the fungus dead. So your feet feel good while they heal. Got athlete's foot? Get dual-action Desinex. Soothes while it cures.
They say fruit's good for your body. Everybody likes fruit. Natural fruit. Wild fruit. Fruit of the loom. It's underwear. Get it? Everybody likes fruit.
Sizzler presents Invasion of the Giant Crabs. They're huge, a full pound.
Ooh.
But they have one weakness. The Giant Crab Feast, just $8.99, now appearing at Sizzler.
New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut have $5 billion in unclaimed funds. Could some of it be yours? It's your money, August 28th, only on UPN 9.